Hello everyone, my name is Jeevan. Welcome to All Cloud Things Learning and Certification video series. Today we are going to learn the key differentiating factor between the or among the cloud provider. These are the key factor going to be decision making while selecting the cloud provider. Compute services, network services, storage services, security, support, and billing and pricing. These are the key component which uh, uh, becomes the decision making while selecting one vendor over the another based on the requirement which is fitting in. So depending on the capability and the requirement, we select and determine what is going to fit in our target or the project that we are expecting. So whatever means based on those capability, we select the uh, uh, cloud provider, and these six things take a really important uh, decision making factor for selecting the cloud provider. Apart from these, some of the other capabilities like the number of region availability, uh, available in any cloud, that also makes the key point taking decision maker. In some cases, or we also take uh, the native cloud DNS capability, like one got uh, more feature than another, or IAM factor, or maybe we are already using any PaaS or any SaaS service, so we want to take any further integration, so that also takes the lead to select that provider. Moreover, uh, these three cloud provider I mentioned here, Azure, AWS, and GCP, they got really good capability in every computing service. So there is not they are not any challenging factor we see from the any point. However, that is the decision is going to be solely based on the requirement the customer has and going to fill uh, based on what is the capability they are looking for. Moving further, uh, I'm also going to explain the key factor influencing the billing. The billing is the very important point where everyone gets stuck taking decision which is the best provider is going to be to take the lead in our case. So there are a couple of factors which influence the billing. Uh, I just try to mention all these factors here. So majorly which affects the billing. If you make the change anything on these any of these values, or the expectation customer has something different or higher, they're going to affect the billing. So making the comparison just based on the billing, some cost is one cloud over the another, that we have to keep in mind. We are comparing their resources based on the equal uh, demand, or the configuration that is on one cloud versus the another cloud. So the first one, the virtual machine capability. For example, the number of instances we need, uh, the CPU instance, the virtual CPU core CPU we need, and the RAM requirement, and the reserve or a temporary instance. Do you want a temporary instance, or do you want a reserve or a permanent instance? Next one, the storage disk type, whether we want to take a network or locally attached, SSD or standard, and the redundancy requirement, uh, as well as the data type, what's type of data the storage we are in the storage we are going to store. So they affect the billing, the cost that is overall coming to the uh, to the account at at the end of the month. And the third factor, that is support. So what level of support you would you be expecting, and you will be needing to maintain your application hosting, or the consumption or the application the services that you are opting for. So you have to take the decision as a first initially, and if you switch later with the premium tier, then it is also going to affect your uh, the total cost estimation as well. Another factor, the subscription and payment model, that also affect the billing uh, factor. One of the key factor influencing the billing. Uh, if if you select just the pay as you go service, uh, or versus the reserve instance or a long-term commitment, so the billing is going to be different for the same uh, type of resource or the services that you are going to take. The provider will make it offer for the long term or enterprise integration. Instead, if someone is just going to use a uh, direct or a pay as you go service comparing. And the last one that is also key factor affecting the billing, the cost estimation, that is the location, the data center location where you are going to host your services. So uh, every cloud provider got a various data center and as well as zones and region availability all across the globe. uh, However, the cost that uh, they are offering, that varies uh, from the region to the region and the zone to the zone location wise. So there probably one virtual instance server VM you may get lesser in Europe region. At the same configuration, it may cost you higher in US East region. So that also a key factor influencing or change affecting the billing or the estimation. So we need to keep in mind while selecting uh, and calculating the billing estimation initially. So if we know all these points pre-hand, so that will give us more clarity, uh, and our estimation will be more precise and accurate, almost accurate in this planning phase. So that's it in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please keep visiting my channel for new further video and topics that I'll be covering. Thank you.